All right. Hi everyone. Welcome back to another live stream. Erdem Talks. Hi, welcome. So this is going to be a live stream where I'm going to show you guys the brand new tower that has been added, and I'm going to show you some testings and some analysis to try to figure out how it works. Yeah, this is going to be an extensive analysis. You know, it's not going to be like a guide video. But I'm gonna show you like live all the tests, the different things that I normally do on a tower to understand how it works, and also to compare the different upgrades, the different cross paths, and to try to fully understand it and to be able to use it also more efficiently. So I hope you guys are going to enjoy this live stream in this way. And yeah, and now I will be using as well this website that it's bloonswiki.com pretty much, to just see some descriptions for the abilities, because you can see that there are some things that can be like they have already tested them. So I'm gonna use these numbers that like I think they have like reliable sources, so I'm gonna trust these numbers that they have placed here. And yeah, I'm gonna try to understand especially how it works, especially if you compare it with the actual upgrades. See, for example, each upgrade is going to have a certain amount of range, it's going to have a certain amount of pierce and damage, right? So I wanna use these numbers. Hopefully these are reliable, right? And therefore these can just be useful, you know, to understand a bit more the tower, how it works. So yeah, I'm gonna be using these numbers as well, but I'm gonna mostly show you live, so the tower itself live, how it works. And yeah, then doing some tests between the different cost paths, the different paths, and how they work, and how you can merge them, because this is a unique tower. You can merge different towers to make one to become stronger, right? So as you can see here from the game, I'm gonna go back to the game. I got all the different upgrades unlocked here, right? So I got all the experience, and yeah, so I have even the tower power upgrade, so I'm gonna be able to take a look at all of them. And yeah, now the first thing is gonna be that this tower, it's classified as a support tower, and it's actually the cheapest tower after the Nut Monkey. The Nut Monkey is gonna still be the cheapest tower in the game, but right after the Nut Monkey, it's the it's this one, so it's the Beastlander. Now, in order to show you pretty much a gameplay where I can like show you the upgrades, without actually relying on actual gameplay, I'm gonna go on logs, and I'm gonna play on medium sandbox. So once again, this is something that's gonna allow me to level up the towers, to test the different power levels, to test the mergings in a scenario where I can control everything. So yeah, yeah, it's not a magic monkey, it's a support monkey. Now the base cost, as you can see here, like you have all the towers costs. This is going to be actually a little bit more expensive than a glue gunner. So actually, the monkey is the cheapest one. Then we have the glue gunner, and then we have now this new tower, the beast handler. Then it comes, I think, the spec factory. Sorry, the tuck shooter. So now this tower is very unique in the sense that if you place it and don't upgrade it, you can see this very small range here around it. That is going to actually be the range around which the tower can actually attack and can do some damage. And if we go back to the wiki page, right, you can see that the base attack and damage of this tower is going to be doing 1 damage, right, 4 pierce, and it's going to be considered as an energy type of attack, so the base attack. So if we go back to the game, you should be able to see that if I just spawn, for example, here like a Gremlin, right, around this very small range, the Beast Hunter can actually attack it. Now it's gonna be quite slow in terms of attack speed, so like considering the very small range plus a very small reloading time, so like it's gonna take a lot of time to attack again, is pretty bad, but it can do damage. Now this base attack damage, right, other than having 4 spears, 1 layer of damage, and being quite slow, it also is considered as an energy attack. So that means that you can pop purples. That's pretty weird, right, considering that it's attacking with this little stick. But yeah, it's considered like an energy attack. So yeah, that's just interesting thing. And yeah, so that's how this tower pretty much works. It doesn't have camo detection, so of course if you spawn a camo balloon, it's not gonna be able to spawn it and to attack it, right? And yeah, that's it. So the tower by itself, if you don't go for any of the upgrades, has this very small range. It can attack and can do, you know, some damage. Now the tower has 3 different paths, and these 3 different paths are gonna be different beasts pretty much that the tower can start using and can start using different scenarios. Now once you go for any of the upgrades, the tower loses completely, so the beast handler loses completely that basic attack they had on the very small range. So if you go for any of these upgrades, you're gonna lose that base attack, right? It wasn't really doing that much, but remember that you're gonna lose it. The tower's not gonna really attack anymore. Now we have 3 different paths. We're gonna have the top path that is gonna be placed only on top of water. So that means that if you're playing on a map or you're placing the tower that doesn't have water in range, so for example, if I place it right here, that it's outside the range of the pool, see that the first upgrade, I can't even get it because it needs water. So pretty much you know, sub, you can't place a sub unless you're placing it on top of water. Also the Buccaneer is pretty much the same stuff. If you place it close to water or there is a water source, you can see that you can actually go for the top path. And analyzing, I'm gonna go now to the actual description here on Bloons Wiki, so in that way we have a little more detail. You can see that the first upgrade is gonna be Piranha. And now once you activate this upgrade, pretty much you're gonna have this very small pond of piranhas that can leap to Bloons within range. They're gonna have 1 base beast power, and we're gonna see later on what that means. Pretty much the power that you can then use to merge the beasts, the different towers between them, right? And it can only have a maximum of 1 also beast power, so you can increase it, right? It's gonna have 1 base power and that's it. It's gonna do 1 layer damage and it's gonna have 1 pierce. Now let's take a look at how the upgrade actually is in action. So let's go back to the game and I'm gonna purchase it because it's very, very cheap. All the upgrades here, the first upgrades are gonna be very, very cheap. So I'm gonna use it. You can see that the tower loses that base minimum range that it was able to attack, and that's actually the piranhas, right? And now if you click on this icon, you can actually change the position of the piranhas depending on in this case is the pool, so they're gonna be limited to the water. So you can change position. You can go for a spot that might be a little bit better, right? Maybe this spot here that can attack both the top and the bottom path, right? In this particular map could be better. The violet thing, so you can see here this number, that's the beast power, and you can see here it's 1 out of 1 because you can't upgrade it. And you can change the targeting of the piranhas to attack the last balloons or the closest or the strongest or the first, pretty much like any other tower. And if we just spawn a balloon here, let's just spawn a blue balloon, you can see that the piranhas are gonna just jump, see, and they're gonna attack the balloon. Now the attack speed is pretty decent, so you can see that they're gonna launch after, outside the water. They're gonna launch to the balloons and they're gonna pop 1 layer each time. So that's pretty much how it works, see? And it's pretty decent attack speed. Yeah, exactly. They are like the microguns of Infinito Dato. Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much it. If you click on the beast handler, you can already see the range of where you have little piranhas in this case. And the different thing to Infinito Dato is that you can actually move the piranhas in whatever spot you want. Instead, the microguns, well, they're fixed and that you can't just move them. So yeah, that's the only different thing. Once again, this upgrade doesn't have camo detection. So if you spawn a camo balloon, it's gonna be untargeted, of course, unless you're giving camo detection to the beast handler, all right? And this piranha upgrade cannot pop balloons, so that's something important. So you can still attack it, but it's not gonna pop balloons. And yeah, now another thing that I wanna see if this upgrade is gonna actually attack and damage mob plasmas. And yeah, it does. So yeah, you can see here the tickling, so you can damage mob plasmas. This is gonna be important because some upgrades I already tested, some of them by myself. some upgrades will not be able to even attack mob class Bloons, so that's why like I'm testing them right here. And yeah, that's pretty much the first upgrade. So it's going to be one single Bloon each time, so one Bloon per time, no area damage, just one layer each time, pretty decent attack speed. And yeah, that's just the tower, the upgrade. Now if we move on, the second upgrade is going to be Barracuda, and in this case it's going to transform, so the previous Piranha to the Barracuda. Now the base beast power becomes 3, this is very important, but now the max beast power actually becomes 6. So it increases, and this is going to be important because at this stage you can start merging the different beast handlers with the same upgrades, pretty much. So in this case, it's the top path to make them become more strong, pretty much. Now the damage is increased by 1, right? I'm going to take these numbers as granted, but you can always test these numbers to see if they're actually correct. The pierce also increases up to 4, so this is pretty good. You can damage now more Bloons at once, and now the beast power. So each additionally, remember you have a base beast power of 3. Each additionally beast power, so beast power 4, 5, and then the maximum of 6 is going to increase the damage, the pierce, and the attack speed. Now the attacks, as you can see here, are also going to push Bloons slightly backwards. And let's take a look at this upgrade right here. So here we go. The second upgrade also is pretty cheap. You can see 875, and now you can see that now the Barracuda is going to have a 3 out of 6. All right, you can see the range is slightly larger, and now we can test once again the yeah, maybe I can place it like here, right, something like that. We could start testing the pierce. So for example, if I count 4 Bloons, right, and the damage becomes 2, so for example we should be able to one-shot all these 4 Blues, should be one shot, one attack. Yeah, here we go. And if I spawn like yellows, it should require 2 attacks if they're close enough. Not quite, because they weren't close enough, but you can see also the slight blowback of the Bloons. And now see that this beast handler was a beast power level 3 over 6. Now you can further increase this very simply by placing another beast power in whatever spot you want. In this case, because we're talking about the top path, you're going to need to place it once again in range of the pool. Now if you go to the Piranha, you can already see that you have now this pattern, see, merge. And what this button does pretty much is that it transforms like the Piranha that you have with the beast power that it has, is gonna give it to the tower they're gonna merge it with. So you can always merge lower tier towers to higher tier towers. See that, for example, I can't merge this Barracuda into a Piranha. See, I don't have the button here of merging. I have the button on the other tower. And that's quite important, because in this way you can't mess up the way in which you merge the towers. So see here, this Barracuda now is 3 out of 6. If I now merge this Piranha, so remember I have 2 pools here. I have the Piranha one, right, that is this one, right, and then I have the Barracuda one. So I have 2 different patterns, 2 different attacks, pretty much 2 different beasts. If I now merge this one with the stronger tower, the Barracuda of this tower becomes 4. See, it has been increased, and the other tower, see that the other Piranhas are gonna disappear. You don't have any more the 2 paddles, right? And now it's merged into the other. So that's why you can see here the arrows, and yeah, that's it. So pretty much that's how the merging process works. And now if once again I spawn here 4 green Bloons, you're gonna see that now the damage should be increased. Actually the damage stays the same, so it's gonna be always 2 layers, right? So that's interesting. Probably the attack speed and maybe the pierce also increases by 1. Let's see. So let's spawn 5 greens here. I don't know if the splash attack is gonna be large enough. Oh yeah, actually it is. So yeah, the pierce has been increased. See, now I can hit up to 5 Bloons, not just 4. And now if you keep on doing this process, so if you place another beast hunter, right, you get the Piranha, and then you merge it, you can further increase it. Now it's 5, right, out of 6. So we could test once again to see how many layers of damage it's going to do. And now it's 3 layers, see? So at the beast power level 5, the damage increases by 1. So now it deals 3 layers of damage, not anymore just 2. And probably also the pierce has been increased, probably up to 6, right? Seti, hi, welcome to the stream. And if we place just one more, right? And once again we do the same process, we merge it. Now it's at the maximum beast power possible for this upgrade. It's going to be 6 out of 6. So let's test once again with the yellows to see how many layers it's going to do. Yeah, actually now it one-shots yellows. So that's actually 4 layers of damage. Let's see with pinks. Yeah, it's 4 layers of damage. Probably also the attack speed is higher. Maybe the splash radius also, maybe a bit higher. And the pierce, definitely, it should be up to 7. So let's see now if I space them at 0. Let's see if just one pink will be able to survive. Actually, it's one just, yeah, it's pretty nice. So, so yeah, that's pretty much how it works. Now, the cool thing is that the towers that you've used to merge, right, into the other one, you can still upgrade them. And by upgrading them, you're gaining additionally beast power that then can be added further into the tower that you have merged, pretty much. Now, something that works is that if you sell these beast handlers, right, that we're merging, we're adding some power to the upgrade, you're gonna lose that power. See that now it's 5 out of 6. If you keep on selling, you know, you're gonna just be going back to the actual original upgrade. And that's it. So what you can do, something that you can do is you can always count the beast power, the base beast power that you have, and then you can merge it so that in that way you can transform one of the 2 beast handlers, right, to be as strong as possible. So for example, in this case, I can just place 1,200 beast handler and I can merge it with the other one. And you can see that in this way, I have automatically reached beast power 6 because I had 3 plus the base 3. So there are different ways in which you can actually merge, the beast handlers, and yeah, that's something pretty cool. Now, unfortunately, based on the few tests that I was able to run, is that this is actually quite bad, and I'm gonna just show you. So see that now my Barracuda here is beast power 3 out of 6. Now, if I just reset the cache here at 10,000, so that I have a flat number, and I'm gonna place 1, 2, and 3 beast handlers, right? I'm gonna get them all 1, 0. If you remember from before, this is actually enough to now merge, right, everything to the previous beast handler. So in that way I can unlock the Barracuda at 6 out of 6 beast power. And you can see that the cash I spent was actually 1.1230, right? So 1230 cash I spent in this process to reach, with the Barracuda in this case, to reach the maximum beast power. Now what happens if I sell them once again, right? I reset this number. Then now I place just 1 beast handler, but getting it 200, and in this case just merging it once again to make the Barracuda reach the maximum beast power. You can see that now, see that the remaining cash I have is less than before. So that means that getting a single beast handler, like getting 200, is actually more expensive than getting 3 beast handlers, 100, and merging all of them to still be able to reach the same kind of beast power as before. Now I spent it's 1285, right, cash. So that's more cash that I've spent to obtain the same result, that is to get this beast handler, the Barracuda, with beast power 6 out of 6. And this happens unfortunately with every single upgrade, and it becomes like worse and worse. The more you upgrade them, the more it's expensive, and therefore it's always better to place lower tiers, so to place more beast handlers and just get them like 200, right? Then, for example, to place less of them, but to get them 300 and to merge them, right? In the merge, I'm talking just about the merging process. And yeah, that's just something that I wanted to show because it's pretty significant in my opinion. Now, if we keep moving to the next upgrade, we're gonna find the Great White, so the Great White Shark, I think. In this case, see that with this upgrade, the base beast power becomes 8 and the maximum becomes 24. So it becomes a lot higher, all right? And now this, with this upgrade, you can drag a target into the depth, so you can insta-kill it, right? Or you can latch on top of it if the target cannot be dragged, so it cannot be insta-killed. So the drag attack can target up to ceramic balloons by default, so that means that you can insta-kill ceramics with this upgrade. That's insane, right? Remember that you have a glow, like an area piercing, so that means that you can grab and you can insta-kill multiple ceramics at once. And you can see here the dragon instantly destroys the target and does 3 splash attacks per second on the way back, which do 4 damage with 6 spears within a certain amount of range that it's not defined yet. So they don't know how much this range actually is. And now with this upgrade, finally, you can pop Bloons. So I didn't test it before, but with the Barracuda upgrade, still you don't have camo detection. So you can't attack camos, and you can't pop Bloons. So yeah, that was just, I'm gonna just show it to you so you can see that those are the properties that stay. You can damage, you know, purple balloons and any other type of balloons other than those two. And now if we go back to the actual description, it says here that while the latching attack, so instead when the shark, right, is gonna attack the balloon, is gonna keep it there, right, it's gonna keep on attacking it. It deals 16 attacks over 6 seconds, all right, and each attack is gonna do 4 damage. So you have 16 attacks, 4 damage each, so that means a total of 64 damage over 6 seconds, like if the target is not destroyed yet. And now, once again, if you increase the beast power, right, the damage and the pierce are improved, and at the maximum beast power, so once you reach 24, all right, the drag attack can insta-kill up to mob class balloons. So that's insane, right? You can one-shot mob class balloons. Now the attacks, normally, like with whatever beast power level that you have, the attacks are gonna slow down mob class balloons, other than, of course, BADs and bosses that are immune to, you know, any kind of CC. And yeah, so that's great. So let's take a look at this upgrade in action. So it's gonna cost $29.50, so not really so expensive, all right? And now you can see that the base attack, it's now 8. The maximum beast power, sorry, it's 24. The range, the base range is increased. And now if I spawn here, let's see, let's go back to 1-1. Actually, let's go to 110, right? And I'm gonna spawn 10 ceramics. So you can see that as it's grabbing it back towards the pool, is doing this splash damage around it. So that's how it works. Yeah, I thought it would be actually destroying multiple ceramic at once, but it is not. It's just very simply grabbing one, but in the way back, it's doing this area damage around it. So yeah, it's actually, yeah, it's working a little bit less strongly than what I thought. But yeah, that's just how it works. So if you have just probably 2 ceramics, right, it's gonna grab one, yeah, and then it's gonna do that area damage with a little bit of slow and pushback on the balloons that are in the area. So yeah, that's how it works. And now if I spawn map class balloons, no wait, not 2, just 1. It's gonna launch on top of it, right? It's gonna do the 16 damage. Remember the 4 damage each time, 16 total attacks. And then it's gonna do it again. Now you can see that it can keep on damaging them even if it's outside its range. So that's very, very cool. So if the balloon is in range, it's gonna attack it, but then it's gonna keep on attacking it even if it gets outside the range. So if it latches on top of a balloon, it's gonna still keep on damaging it. So that's very, very nice. And that's the mob destroyed, right? And once again, it's this ceramic. Yeah, the range is not really that large, but you know, well, at least in this map, it's pretty decent, but it's pretty small, the range itself. So yeah, I ended up losing some lives there. But yeah, that's how the attack works. Now with this attack, remember, now you can pop Bloons, even at like a 0 beast power. So you can grab Bloons to just to destroy them. Now, if you spawn more than one Bloon, the splash area should be able to damage and to pop the lead layer. See? So even the Bloon that is not grabbed is gonna still receive the damage, and that little explosion is gonna damage it. So that's how it works. Unfortunately, this great seal cannot pop pinks and camos. So it doesn't have camo detection unless, of course, you're going with like a village and you're giving camo detection, or you're removing camo detection in some sort of way. Now let's take a look at the beast power. Remember, each additional level of the beast power is gonna make the white, the great white, in this case the upgrade, stronger. It's gonna increase the damage and the pierce. I don't know if also the attack speed increases, and maybe also the splash damage. All the different sources of damage it might increase. And yeah, now once again, the idea is exactly the same one as before. It's always better to upgrade and to get, for example, in this case, 200 beast handlers, right? Actually, the best thing to do would be to placing like a lot of 100 beast handlers, right? And to just keep on merging them until you reach the maximum. So that would be the cheapest way. But of course, that might take quite a lot of time. So in this case, for example, merging another 200, right? To this one, you increase it by 3. So you increase the base beast power by 3. So now it's 11. So if I would test again against, I don't remember, like maybe the Moab, right? No, wait, just one Moab. It should be stronger. So it should be doing more damage to it, because now the beast power, it's higher. So now it's 5 damage. See, now it's 5. I'm just taking a look here at the numbers. So it's doing one more layer. Like this extra 3 levels of beast power have increased the actual damage by 1, and probably also the pierce. Yeah, the knockback also is better, and the actual area damage from the explosion, it's stronger. So yeah, that's actually nice. And of course, you can keep on doing this process, right? You can keep on placing more and more beast handlers until you can reach the maximum amount needed to get the to reach, in this case, level 24. So I'm gonna now do it. Normally also towers are level 24, they get they change in appearance also as you're getting more and more beast power. So I'm gonna just say here the 1, 2. Oops, I need yeah, I need the cash, my bad. And yeah, just need one more beast level, one more beast power level, and that should be it. So that's 24, right? So that's the maximum beast power that you can get for this upgrade in this case. And now remember that all these towers that have merged into this one will not even attack. So just remember about that. They're not attacking. Only this tower with the actual upgrade, it's working. And now once again, let's test the Moab and let's see what happens now in terms of damage. So I'm gonna be resetting here, right? Let's see a level 24. So the damage, oh yeah, true that it can insta-kill the Moabs. So now you can one-shot Moabs, as you can see there. So that's awesome, right? Now I'm gonna just test a BFB to see how much damage it actually deals while latching on top of Bloons and not like insta-killing them. So let's take a look here. This number, I think like it should be maybe 10 damage. 12 actually, it's 12, so it's double compared to the beginning. Actually it's 3 times, sorry. At the beginning it's 4 damage each time. Now it becomes 12 at maximum beast power. So that's nice. It might be related though, like a quick way probably to see it is that the layers that you do in terms of damage is actually half of the total beast power. So it could be something like to understand how it works, because like at the beginning, normally like a 300, right, has 8 beast power and deals 4 layers of damage. So probably like half of the beast power is actually the amount of layers of damage they can do. Maybe, it's something that we could be using. And that's it. Once again, remember, if you sell the beast handlers, right, that were merging, you're gonna lose that extra beast power that you had. So the only bad thing is gonna just be the position, right? Because these stars that you place then are gonna occupy a certain spot, and you will not be able to sell them. Otherwise, you're gonna end up losing that extra beast power. So yeah, that's it. That's it for the third upgrade. Now let's move on to the fourth one. Fourth one is Orca. Now in this case, you can see that the base beast power becomes 16 and the maximum beast power becomes 64. So it becomes, you see, higher and higher and higher. Now the drag attack, so the one-shot attack, can now target automatically. So even if you don't have any additional mergings and not any additional beast power being added, now can one-shot mobs and BFBs by default. That's insane. You can one-shot BFBs. Now the splash attack damage, so as you're grabbing them, right, as you're dragging them and running them, the splash attack damage now is gonna increase up to 20. Remember, this 4, it was referring to the base beast power of the third upgrade. If you reach 24, this base attack, the splash attack, is already higher, so it's not 4, it's more. But still, compared to the beforehand, now it becomes 20. The pierce, now it's from 6 also to 20, so you can do damage to a lot of balloons in a very large area. And instead the latching attack, so on the targets that cannot be one shot, so in this case it's going to be like OMGs, DDTs and BADs, right? The damage per tick is going to be 20, and because you're doing 16 attacks, the total damage is 320. As always, the damage and the pierce are improved by additional beast power. And yeah, so that's how it works. And once again, once you reach the maximum beast power, so if you reach 64 of beast power, the drag attack can now one-shot OMGs and also DDTs if you have camo detection. So this means that pretty much this upgrade, if we go back to the game, this upgrade is going to cost 16,000 in this case for normal. Still cannot target camos, so you can't attack and pop camos unless you have camo detection or you remove camo in some way. And yeah, now let's test very simply the one-shotting of BFBs and mobs. And remember, this is by default, all right? So even if you don't have any additional mergings, any additional levels, you can one-shot them, right? And as you're grabbing them to one-shot them, you're doing that splash damage around them. That should be able to also stun them. So I'm gonna now place just around 100, or maybe around 300, right, the maximum. And let's see what happens. No, wait, these ones may be too quick. So 120, yeah. Let's see if I spawn like 2 BFBs. So they're gonna be pretty close to one another. You should be able to one-shot them. So it's gonna grab one, and then as it's grabbing it, it's doing damage to the other one. So yeah, that's how it works. And yeah, so even doing BFBs that have millions of HP, because normally that's what happens once you start playing on these very high levels, still can all be one shot. So that's great, because it doesn't, like, it's not something that scales up just based on the amount of HP as some other upgrades do, but it's gonna just be based on the type of balloon. So if it's a BFB, no matter how much HP has, so no matter if it's around like 100, 200, 300, it's gonna always one shot it. So that's very nice. And you can still pop lab balloons, you can do all the things that you could do with the third upgrade, you can still do it. And yeah, that's just it. For the balloons that can be one shot, for example BADs or OMGs, is gonna use probably the latching attack. So it's gonna stay on top of them, it's gonna do the damage over time. And yeah, the 16 attacks every time doing 320 damage. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that as you're also latching and doing damage to the Bloons, you're also creating this little explosion. See, it's still capable of doing more damage to Bloons around it. So I'm pretty sure that it's like if I would have multiple ZOMGs here, this upgrade will actually do damage to multiple ZOMGs with also the splash, damage. And yeah, so that's just how it works, and yeah, just wanted to show you. And once again, for this upgrade, if you go for additional beast handlers that can increase the level and can increase the beast power, that's of course how you can reach the maximum. And I'm gonna just reach here 32 first, so half beast power, and then I'm gonna go to 64. Now in order to do it more quickly, I'm gonna just do it just by upgrading them, 1300. But remember that the best thing to do is to always keep the upgrades lower. So for example, placing like a 200, right? Placing many of them by getting all 200, because at the end of the day it's going to be cheaper and you're going to be saving more cash. So now that's the Orca at beast power 32 over 64. And let's take a look once again at the ZOMG. How much damage it's doing. You can still one-shot, BFBs and MOABs, but yeah, I want to see. Okay, so now it's 528 each time, right? Damage. So from 320 to now 528 over 16 attacks. So I will have to calculate how much that is per attack. So 528 divided 16, that's 33. So now it's doing 33 damage. So at 32 beast power is doing 33 layers of damage each time. Yeah, that's pretty much half beast power. Alright, great. And you can see that now it can start one-shotting the BFBs, and still the area damage, right? It can one-shot them. And now something that I was able to see is that the more HP the BFB is, the more time it's gonna take it to grab it and to destroy it. Instead, if the BFB has less HP, it's gonna grab it and it's gonna destroy it very quickly. See? Now it was super quick. So yeah, that's interesting also. Now let's see what happens at beast power maximum, which I think I need 6, right? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And yeah, that should be 64, right? Yeah, that's maximum beast power now, 64. So once you reach this number, now the Orca can one-shot ZOMGs and DDTs if you have no combo detection. And I want to test them afterwards on the, yeah, here we go, that's the one shot. And I want to test now the actual damage that it does on the Bloons that can't be one shot, for example the BD. So let's see here the numbers. Oh wow, that's a ton. So 960 total damage. So 960 over 16 attacks, that's 60 damage per attack. Yeah, that's 3 times, once again, that's 3 times higher than the base damage that you have without like any mergings. Once again, against like a BD, it's not really that much, but yeah, it's pretty interesting. So yeah, definitely, upgrading this and merging, the beast handlers definitely like increases the overall damage. And yeah, now in order to reach and to get the 5th upgrade, that is the one that I'm gonna take a look now, you can see that there is a requirement. You're gonna require, other than the beast handler itself that it's already 400, right? You're gonna need actually to have at least 3 more that are at least 400. So you're gonna need a total of 4 Orcas, pretty much, right, in order to access into the 5th upgrade. So in this case, for example, I will have to get this one, and this one, right? That's 4 total. And now, as you can see here, I have access to the 5th upgrade. So yeah, you're gonna need, other than the beast handler itself, you're gonna need other 3 beast handlers with the same upgrade, right, to be able to unlock the 5th one. And now let's take a look at the 5th one. So Tar 5 upgrade, and you can see that now the upgrade is called Megalodon, all right? And now the base beast power is 36. And the maximum beast power is 132. Now the Megalodon can drag and insta-kill any BADs before, though, round 150. So until round 150, you can one-shot BADs with this upgrade. That's insane. So it's exactly as easily level 10 at level 20. The ability, it's you can one-shot BADs. This is the second and only upgrade in the game so far that we have where you can like one-shot BADs in this way, and you can even destroy a fortified BAD. So it doesn't matter if it's just a normal BAD or at the fortified one, you're gonna one-shot it. Though the only threshold, so the only limitation is that only until round 150. Afterwards, you're not gonna be able to one-shot them. Now the splash damage has been increased to 350. The pierce now it's 50. The latching attack damage per tick is once again 350. So if you count this for 16 attacks, is 5600 total damage. And once again, all damage and pierce are further increased if you get more beast power. It doesn't say here what happens once you reach the maximum beast power, but definitely it becomes just stronger. So let's take a look at this upgrade here in action. And yeah, here we go. So that's the Megalodon. It's gonna be 50,000. So it's not gonna be super expensive. Like, it's not gonna be cheap, but it's not gonna be like super expensive either. You can see the range now, it's slightly larger. And now a cool thing is that once you get this upgrade, you can now sell the other beast hunters that you had that were the requirement to unlock it, and you can still keep it. So it's not like it's gonna disappear if you sell the previous beast hunters, right? You can still keep it. And you can see that the base beast power is 36. And once again, you can still move it around in your pool, or if there are multiple pools, right? You can move it, and yeah. So I'm gonna just keep it there, I guess. And now remember, it's gonna one-shot BADs until round 150. So if this is, let me see, round 150. No, wait, a BAD here in round 150. I want to see if it's gonna one-shot it. No. So already around 150, it's not enough to one-shot the BADs. So probably is until round 149. Right, it can one-shot them. Nope. Oh. Okay, so there might be a bug here. There might be a bug, or maybe it can only one-shot BADs once you have maximum beast power. I'm not sure. Just let me read here. Yeah, maybe it's because of the fact that they're supposing you have the beast power at least at level 84. So maybe that's why you can now drag and insta-kill BADs. So at like attack power 36, so a beast power 36, it might not be working. That's the only explanation, right? Because otherwise it should be working. Let's see a BAD around 100, right? This is the very first BAD that comes out. If it can't one-shot it, then it's related to the beast power. Yeah, now the BAD around 100, it can one-shot it. So I think it depends on the beast power. If you have more, then if you have closer and closer to maximum, then you can still keep on one-shotting the BADs until around 150. So let me see here what happens. Now, before I do anything else, I want to see if this upgrade has actually camo detection. No. So even the Tar Fire upgrade cannot pop camos. So you have the same weakness throughout the entire pattern, pretty much of upgrades. You can pop LEDs, you can pop, again, DTs, you can one-shot them already with the 4th upgrade once you have the maximum beast power, but only if you have a village. So giving camo detection, or you remove camo from the upgrades and from the Bloons. And yeah, let me test here the additional beast power. I think you just need 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Merge it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Merge it. 4. So that's 100. Oh no, actually I need 2 more, because that's 116. I'm gonna need 1 more. All right, here we go. So that's maximum, right? Yeah. So that's maximum beast power now for this Megalodon, and this should actually be enough to one-shot a BAD in round 150. No, 150 still it can't. Let's see, in round 149. No, wait, my bad. Just a BAD. No, actually, no, it can't. So either the description is wrong, or maybe it's like another round. So let me see, round 140. Right, let's go back 10 rounds. Yeah, BAD. Okay, so 140, it can one-shot it. So let's test round 145, right? I wanna keep on testing until I see which is the round in which it can't one-shot them anymore. So 145 still it can. 147, yeah, let's see. Yeah, already 147 it can't. So it might be that the maximum round it's either 145 or 146. So the description it's not correct on the Bloons wiki page. Yeah, 146 it can't. So the maximum round, even at maximum beast power, see, the maximum round where you can one-shot BADs is 145 actually. So so yeah, just make sure you maybe change the description. Kashina Crabble, hi, welcome to the stream. So yeah, very cool, one-shotting BADs, and this is not even counting the splash damage that you do, right, on the balloons around it, which is already pretty significant. Now I just want to test 150 once again to see at maximum beast power how much damage you do. So let's see, let's spawn a BAD and let's test here the actual. Wow, it's 1500. No, wait, 750 damage each time. So over 16 attacks is 12,000 damage. Wow, that's insane. So it's pretty good. Of course, at this stage of the game, BADs have a ton of HP, so even doing that much damage is not really that much. But yeah, it's cool, So that's the first upgrade. I hope I was able to cover everything, guys. Now, something that I wanted to say is that if you sell, I don't know if you were able to see it, but if you have like an upgrade, once again, let's suppose it's a 4th upgrade, right? And then you have other beast handlers that are 5, let's suppose, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. And they're all merged to the stronger one, right? In order to make it to become, to have a higher, beast power and to be able to attack it. And what happens if you sell, right? So if you sell the beast handler to which all these other ones are merged, all the others see that they're gonna lose the merging, and you're gonna have once again all those small upgrades all active at once. So that is what happens. And once again, if you have a beast handler here, suppose I have like a 4th one, right? And I have already other 4, and I'm merging all of them to this one. You can see that I have already reached the maximum beast power, see? But I can still merge, sorry. So once you reach the maximum beast power, you can't merge them any other beast handlers, even if you wanted to, you can't merge them, right? Because you have already reached the maximum beast power. But that doesn't mean that once you get the upgrade, like I wanna show you something a little bit different. So let's go with TAR 3, right? Because I think TAR 3 it's much, because it's gonna be no 8 3. Yeah, let's go with 3. I just want to show you something here. 1 2, so that it's like 6 and it's like 9, right? So if I merge 6 and 9, you can see that now it's 57. So if I get another 3 here, it becomes 60. If I get another 3, it becomes 63, right? But now, see that this one is going to give me 8 beast power. I can still merge it to this one. So from 63, though, it becomes now 64. But don't worry, it doesn't really matter. For the very simple reason that you got, yeah. Okay, yeah, my bad. So you actually need, other 4 beasts that are actually merged to the strongest one to be able to get the 5th upgrade. So actually, that's my bad. You're gonna need 4 beast handlers that are merged to the one that you're gonna get the 5th upgrade. You're gonna have to get them all to 4th upgrade. So yeah, here we go. And now, if you take a consideration here, take out how many towers are linked, right? I have 3 here, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, right? Beast power. Then I have 16, 32, and 48. So I have 48 plus 18, right? As I said before. So that's way too much beast power that I can. I have already reached the maximum. Now what happens is that if you get the 5th upgrade, all that extra beast power that you already had, you're gonna now be adding it to the amount that you have. So you don't lose any beast power if you keep on upgrading them, right? Of course, at this stage, if you get the 5th upgrade, if you go above the threshold, then that's beast power that's wasted. But until here, it's all beast power that you can still use and you can still have. So yeah, don't despair in case you might not reach the maximum. So yeah, it's 24 in this case, so I just need one more of 8, right? And that should be 132. Yeah, here we go. So just make sure you place just the numbers of beast handlers that you need in order to either get an upgrade is strong enough or to reach the maximum, and don't place any more because at the end of the day you're gonna be wasting them. And yeah, they're not gonna really be needed. So yeah, just remember about that. And yeah, so that's the top upgrade. All right, let's take a look now at the middle one. And the middle one is gonna be the Microraptor. Now in this case, this little dinosaur is gonna just be spawned on top of the range. So you can, once again, you can move it around the range of the beast handler, but it must be on top of the range. So that's just how it is. See, now the range is pretty small, unfortunately. So yeah, it's pretty bad. Like, it's super small. And if we go back to the description here of the game, it says that attack with this claws has 1 base beast power and 1 max beast power. So that's the beast power is gonna work exactly the same for every path, pretty much. The range is pretty small, as you could see. It's not yet defined exactly how much, but it's small. 1 damage and has 5 pierce. So the only good thing about this Microraptor is that it can damage already multiple balloons right from the beginning. So it has area damage. That's the only good thing. Unfortunately, the range is pretty small. The attack speed, I would say that it's like almost 1 attack per second, right? But the range, remember, is pretty small. Yeah, let's go faster here through the other upgrades because I've already explained how beast power works and all that stuff. Second upgrade, Allosaurus. In this case, you see the damage is improved to 3, the pierce to 10, and once again you can further increase damage and pierce and maybe also attack speed. If you keep on upgrading, you get more beast power. You can also now pop Bloons with this upgrade. That's something very important. So even a base beast power, you can pop Bloons. And in every upgrade, I don't know if you were able to see it, but at maximum beast power, it changes appearance. So they become slightly different. So yeah, that's just it. And this is going to be the upgrade. It's going to be 945. slightly more range. Yeah, now the beast power is 3. You can add it, you can increase it as I showed you before if you place more beast hunters and you merge them. And yeah, the damage is increased, depending on how many levels and how many additional beast power you get. The cool thing though is that now you can pop Bloons already with this upgrade. So yeah, that's great. Range still is pretty small. Remember that you can move it, so you can attack Bloons there, for example, then you can move. I'm gonna just show you to you once again. For example, with these Bloons, right, you can attack them here, then you can move the position so that you can keep on attacking the Bloons. So you can use this kind of positioning, right, of the dinosaur to keep on attacking the Bloons. Of course, that makes it harder, because you're gonna need to change it more quickly and more often, but still, it's something that you can use and you can do if you want to place them in like slightly better spots. Yeah, so that's something that you can do. The same, for the top path, like for every path is going to be the same. You can still change them position, so in that way it's better. And now let's take a look at maximum beast power. What happens? No, sorry, not this one, the middle path now. You merge it, right, and you can see that's the appearance, and that's the maximum beast power that it can do. And I'm pretty sure that this damage now is increased by now it can almost one-shot Bloons. You can see that only Bloons are left, so that's very nice. And yeah, that's it. Now third upgrade is called Velociraptor. You can see that now the base beast power is 8, maximum is 24. The damage is increased up to 12. And now you do additional damage to stun Bloons. So Bloons are either impaired, like stunned or blowback or anything, right? They're gonna be receiving more damage from this upgrade. And the pierce also is increased to 14. And once again, damage and pierce are further increased with additional beast power. And now this 25% more damage is going to be fixed for the stun Bloons. So the additional damage that you get with each beast power is gonna be increased by 25% on stun Bloons. That's how it is. And yeah, so that's the upgrade pretty much. If we go back to the game, you can see that the range is slightly also larger, right? You can still pop Bloons. I didn't show it, but unfortunately there is no camo detection here. So once again, camo Bloons are untargetable unless you are giving camo detection to the beast hunter to the village, or you're removing camo detection in some sort of way. Yeah, once again, for this upgrade, you can increase the beast power if you just merge and you just use additional beast hunters, exactly as always. And yeah, that's the appearance at 24. And it should be doing, in this case, let's see a ceramic, how much damage it does to a ceramic. Yeah, it's actually one-shots a ceramic, around 1 at least. So ceramics around 79 probably are gonna be one-shot. Yeah, only the ones like after around 80, more likely, because they're gonna be super ceramics. They can't be one-shot. So yeah, they're gonna need two hits. But yeah, it's pretty decent damage. Unfortunately, the biggest problem here is the range. It's super small. So yeah, that's the only thing. And now let's move on. Fourth upgrade, the Tyrannosaurus Rex. In this case, once again, base beast power is 16, the maximum is 64. The damage is now 32, and once again is increased by 25% for against stun Bloons. Pierce becomes 24. And once again, damage and pierce are increased by additional beast power. Now with this upgrade, you gain an ability. It's called Stomp. And now when you use this ability, it's going to stun all Bloons up to ZOMGs within range. So unfortunately, you can see that the range, I'm going to now get it, is pretty small. Like, it's larger, but it's not really that large, right? So all the Bloons in range are going to be stunned. That's the ability, by the way, right? They're going to be stunned. They're going to be receiving 150 flat damage. And once again, this damage is increased by beast power. So the ability also deals more damage if you have more beast power. Yeah, that's it. So that's the upgrade. Once again, remember, you can further increase it, if you have more beast hunters and you're just, upgrading them. That should be the maximum, right? 64, yeah, 64 to 64. It changes appearance a little bit. If we just spawn, yeah, around 81, yeah, let's keep around 81. Let's spawn at OMG. I'm gonna show you here the ability. The damage that it does, it's actually, let's see, the base damage. It's almost 90, right? Let me just move on so that the balloons are faster, and let's reset everything so that I can see the actual damage with each hit. It's like 90 something. 96, yeah. Miroslav Radui, hi, welcome. So that's the damage at maximum, beast power. And if we, yeah, just showing here the ability. Remember, it's just in range, so they have to be pretty close. And that's the ability. You can see the stun, the flat damage, plus, yeah, it's not gonna be really lasting that much, but also the ability cooldown is pretty short. So, like, you can use it multiple times in a round, especially on longer maps. So, yeah, that's a great thing. And that's it. Now let's move on to the 5th upgrade, which in this case is called Giganotosaurus. And once again, you're always going to be 3 other Tyrannosaurus hunters, so the 4th upgrade, merged into the one tower in order to, to the upgrade to be available. And the maximum beast power becomes 132, exactly as before for the top path. Now the damage is improved to 750 base, alright? And of course, doing 25% additional damage to stun Bloons, alright? Base. Pierce is up to 60, so you can damage to 60 Bloons at once. That's insane, an insane amount of Bloons. Like, if you consider the damage and the pierce, that's an insane amount of damage. And once again, damage and pierce are further improved if you get more beast power, up to 132. Now it says also here that also the damage on stun Bloons, it increases. So probably with more beast power, you get more damage on stun Bloons. And now the ability is gonna hit the whole map, so you're not anymore limited to the Bloons in range, but the whole map. All the Bloons are stunned in the entire map, and the maximum pierce now is increased, so you can hit more Bloons pretty much. And once again, you have a change of appearance until like the maximum beast level. And yeah, so let's just take a look at it. I have already other 3 beast hunters here, all Tyrannosaurus being merged, so that's why I can already afford it. It's gonna be here the most expensive upgrade. It's gonna be 70,000. You can see the top one is 55,000. This one is 30,000. So the one in the bottom is the cheapest. The one in the middle path is gonna be the most expensive. And that's it. That's the upgrade. You can see that the range is much larger. Finally, so that's a great thing. But yeah, considering the ability being stronger, and also the damage that you end up doing is insane. And yeah, of course, if you're gonna reach further, oops, not this one. If you're gonna reach further beast power, you're gonna need more beast hunters. Remember, you can always keep on upgrading the level, even if you're not like you're placing beast hunters like outside the range. For example, this one, see, I could place it right here, and I can still merge it to this one. So like you don't have to place them all together or in range of one another. And you also don't have to get them all to the 4th upgrade. You can also start merging the 3rd upgrade, right? You give less beast power, but you end up saving a lot of cash. So that's why it's always better to go for lower tier upgrades than higher ones. I'm just doing them here with the 4th upgrade just to do everything more quickly. And that's the maximum beast power, by the way, 132. So that's the appearance. And let's take a look at the damage against ABAD. So around 100. Yeah, that's actually 1300 damage, right? No, 1350 damage. No, 1550 damage. The ability can damage and can hit Bloons. So with the ability you can hit Bloons, but that's the only thing. Unfortunately, still at the tier 5 you can't damage a Camos. So unless you're giving Camo attention, or to the Beast Handler that's handling the Tyrannosaurus, you can't hit Camos. But with the ability you can hit them. For example, here DDTs, they can be hit and they can receive damage. And even like Camo Bloons, for example, here I'm gonna spawn just a bunch of ceramics, right? You can damage them with the ability. It's just the fact that the tower itself is not gonna be able to attack. Now remember, something that I didn't say before, but if you're going for just, in this case, this upgrade, you can still go as cross path for the top path or the bottom path if you wanna add some more beast power to some other beast handlers. So like, it's not like you're always forced to just go one path. You can even go here with the bottom path, right? And you can have two different beasts, and then you can merge this one into another one. So yeah, it's not like you are linked only to the beast handler path that you're choosing to get. So yeah, just remember about that. I just want to check here if also the 4th level ability damages Camos. Yeah, it does. So even the 4th upgrade you can damage with the ability, right? You can damage Camos. And I see the DDT's ability. Yeah, actually also the stun. So the stun and the damage works for even Camos. It's just that the tower is not gonna be able to attack it. Alright, and yeah, that's pretty much the middle path, right? Upgrade. Now let's take a look at the final path, that is the bottom one. Oops. So yeah. Now the first upgrade, if we go back to the Bloons wiki, is Falcon. And in this case, you can see that you're gonna need to at least touch the track in order for the upgrade to be purchasable. So if you place the Beast Handler not touching the path, you will not be able to use this upgrade. And I'm gonna just show it to you. Yeah, it's pretty hard actually. Yeah, here. See? Because it's not touching any part of the track, I can't get it. So so yeah, that's just how it works. And now the description here says that this Falcon deals 1 damage. It can carry up to 3 balloons part way towards the entrance with its claws. So pretty much this upgrade is gonna just take the balloons, it's gonna move them backwards towards a certain location that you can actually fix. If you click this button here, you can actually fix which is the location towards you want the balloons to be moved. And now by default, this is gonna be always the closest to the beginning of the path, but you can also place it so that maybe you're placing the balloons closer to a tower that deals a lot of damage, right? Or to your main tower. So you can always change which position you want the Falcon to move with balloons so that you do as much damage as possible. And yeah, let's take a look here at the damage. So that's a blue balloon. You can see that it's going to attack it, it's going to damage it, it's going to move it right to the location that I set. I'm going to maybe change the location to I know this one so you guys can see well. So it's going to attack it, right? And actually it should move it. I don't know why it didn't move it. Oh, because it's a position in the path that it's further forward, so that's why probably it's not doing it. So it's always gonna try to move the balloons backwards, not really forward. So yeah, that's probably why it's not moving them forward. And yeah, so the bird is gonna be, as you can see, on top of the path, and every time it's gonna damage and it's gonna grab up to 3 balloons. Remember, up to 3. It's gonna move them towards the back. If the balloons though are not very close to one another, you will not be able to do it. And you can see that the bird actually moves the balloons always to the beginning So see, for example, those yellows that were about to just get through and leak. You just move them from the very beginning towards from the end of the path towards the beginning. So that's a lot of crowd control and a lot of help. Now, if you have the balloons closer to one another, I think you can move them all. Yeah, see, you can move them all. So if they're closer to one another. The description though says here that it cannot carry LATs, ceramics, or Moab class balloons. So those are the only balloons that it can't carry. And because it can't carry them, that's something very important. It can't damage them. That's something very, very important. So the bird is not going to even try to damage ceramics or lab balloons or Moab class balloons. And that's a huge thing, a huge weakness that you have to remember. Because if you're going for this upgrade, you're not going to be doing any damage to ceramics, to Moab class balloons, at least on the lower upgrades, right? And to lab balloons. The bird is going to just be standing there, without doing anything. So yeah, that's something, that you have to remember. Now let's move on to the second upgrade, Hornet Hole. In this case, the pierce is increased to 8. So if the balloons are close to one another, you can grab up to 8 balloons and move them backwards. It's going to grant camo detection to the bird. And now with this hull, can actually pick up ceramics, so you can start damaging ceramics. Though, so even if the pierce is 8, you can only carry 1 at a time. So that's the only limit for only ceramics, right? And once again, the base power is 3, the maximum is 6, exactly as the other upgrades. Now, something that I wanted to say here is that this camo detection, all right, it's I'm gonna just spawn, a black balloon here, all right. You have camo detection, so you can hit the camos very, very easily. But if I place, for example, a sub, right, and again I spawn a camo, you can see that the sub is gonna be able to attack the camo balloons in all the range of the beast hunter. So it's like the beast hunter itself gains camo detection. Unfortunately, though, it doesn't work for the cross path. So if I go for the Allosaurus, right, and I just place it right here at the beginning, right, and I spawn again a camo balloon, see that it's not going to attack it. So it doesn't matter that the sub can't attack it, or it's just weird. See that now, for example, the sub didn't attack, it's not attacking the balloon. See, it's not attacking the camos. So it's just super weird. I don't know if it's bugged or something. But yeah, if you go for any cross path, it's like the beast handler loses that camo detection, and yeah, so the sub automatically cannot again attack them. So it's just super weird, and I just want to show you because I think it's a bug. It's not supposed to work like this. But I suppose that the way in which they intended to work is that only the upgrade has camo detection, and therefore it's not like the beast handler itself gains camo detection. So yeah, it's just weird. So again, I'm gonna show you that if you only have the upgrade, see that the sub can attack the camos, right, very, very easily. You can grab, in this case, 1 ceramic at a time backwards, and yeah, the sub can just keep on attacking, right? If you're going for any cross path, even the top one, see, the sub doesn't attack anymore. It's just weird. So it's something going on with camo detection and how it actually works. But yeah, just to show you, something regarding that. And yeah, that's the upgrade. So you can grab up to 8 balloons, not ceramics, and if it's ceramics, it's just 1, and you have camo detection. Now, third upgrade. You can see here, the pierce now it's increased to 12. So if the balloons are close enough, you can grab 12 of them, and now the damage is upgraded to 2. Now you can already see that this path is mostly used as support, right? Because you're blowing balloons backwards, and even if they're very far ahead on the path, you can still move them towards the beginning. So you're not really doing that much damage with the tower itself. The base power is 8, the maximum is 24 as before. And each level, I didn't show it to you, but each level that you get, right, and that you merge, more beast power means that the the bird is stronger. So of course, I think the damage increases and also the pierce increases once again. So you can grab more balloons. For example, if I put like 10 here, spacing 0, and I just get like 10 rainbows, you can grab all of them backwards. You do more damage. See that now, like I two-shot them, and the bird, like it looks like it's moving faster as well. Ceramics is just 1 per time. Actually, ceramics, so the pierce of the ceramic increases. So now it's not anymore limited to 1 as the second upgrade, but now the third one, it's even more than 1. So that's great. And yeah, you can actually one-shot almost rainbows. That's nice. And yeah, so remember, always increasing attack power increases the pierce and increases the damage. Let's move on here to the 4th upgrade. In this case, the base beast becomes 16, your maximum 64 as always. And now this bird is gonna move faster and it can grab larger balloons and do extra damage, additional damage to mob class balloons. Now, something I wanted to show is that up to this upgrade, to the 3rd one, if I spawn a mob, it's gonna do 0 damage because it can't grab them. All right. So remember, no matter how much damage you do, how many beast power level you have, it doesn't matter. You can't grab mobs. Now, if you go to the 4th upgrade and now you spawn a mob, this is when finally, oh sorry, not 10, just 1. So at the 4th upgrade, finally is when you can start damaging mobs. You can start moving them also backwards. You can see that the bird also moves faster. And yeah, so only at the 4th upgrade you can start damaging mob class. So just remember about that, because it's until then, you know, you can't do any damage to mob class. So, you know, if you're using this path and you're going for any kind of gameplays on any map, remember that you don't do any damage to mobs until here. So yeah, just, you know, make sure you're prepared. And now the additional damage to mobs, I just want to check here. If I spawn a super ceramic, how much damage it's gonna do? I think like it shouldn't one-shot it. So yeah, it's always 2 layers of damage. Like at minimum beast power is always 2 layers. It's actually 2 layers and then another one as it moving backwards. Okay, so it's actually more than 2. It's like almost 4, right? Yeah, that's it. Now, if you increase beast power, it should be more. Right, 32. Yeah, I'm gonna just get more here to just be able to reach the maximum beast power much more quickly. So that's 48, and I should need just one more. 64. Let's see now, 64. Once again, the same ceramic. Yeah, now it's 6 each time, so it's 6 plus 6. So it's like 12. 6 in grabbing it and 6 in releasing it. So yeah, the damage is tripled pretty much. Yeah, so once again, you can see how pierce and damage is increased if you upgrade and you get more beast power. Now I want to see if a maximum beast power you can actually damage ZOMGs, because I'm pretty sure that you can't. Actually, you can. So BFBs are possible. Let me now sell the other beast hunters, and I want to see F base. So without having any additional mergings, if you can actually move BFBs. Let's see. Oh, you can actually. Okay, that's great. So at 4th upgrade, you can start moving. So you can start damaging mob class balloons and the BFBs. I'm pretty sure though that ZOMGs are not gonna be doable. ZOMGs are immune to this kind of CC. Yeah, and remember, if you can't grab them, you can't damage them. So it's zero damage. I wanna see here what happens if I have maximum beast power. If it can somehow maybe grab the ZOMGs. 1, 1, 1. Okay, so that's 64, right? Yeah. And yeah, let's see. Nope. So not even at maximum beast power, it can grab ZOMGs. Let's see DDTs though. Yeah, not even DDTs. So if it can't grab 2MGs, it can't also grab DDTs. And now final upgrade here, the 5th upgrade, Poakai. I think it's like, is it a legendary bird? Once again, the same requirements, so 3 other 4th upgrades merged in order to get the upgrade to be unlocked. And now the base beast power is 36, maximum 132 as always. And now you can see the damage, it says only massively increased, so there aren't any numbers. And now it can grab ZOMGs and DDTs, so you can grab ZOMGs and DDTs with this 5th upgrade, 5th and final upgrade. So now let's sell the other ones. No, wait, yeah, my bad. I still need to get them in order to get the 5th upgrade, then I can sell them. 1 and 3. All right, that should be the upgrade. Here we go. It's the cheapest of the 3 upgrades here, the 3 paths. So that's the bird. I'm gonna now sell the other beast hunters, right? So I have the base beast power, and let's see if it can grab ZOMGs. I'm pretty sure it can. And I see also, let's check the damage. 130 each time, so it's 130 times 2. So 260 total. All right, that's pretty decent, I would say. And remember also the crowd control. So you know it's moving constantly, it's moving Bloons backwards. And this was a ZOMG around 100, right? So like for being a pretty cheap upgrade without considering any additional beast power levels, it's pretty good. And because of the nature of the upgrade, you already have combat tension. So even without any additional sources, you know, village or anything like that, you can already pop and like move backwards DDTs. And if we're close enough to one another, so for example, here I'm gonna spawn 5 DDTs, right, with 0 spacing, you should grab all of them. Yeah, so the pierce is very nice also in this case. Well, if the DDTs might not be as close, I think, actually, yeah, the bird itself is gonna put them close so that you can damage them. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. And once again, if you have more I think you need 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 merging, 1, 2, 3, 4 merging. And then you need like, oh wait, no, you need 2 more. So 1 and 2, and that should be maximum beast power 132. So let's see how much the damage increases. So onto ZOMG, remember before was 230 each time. Let's see now how much it's gonna be. Oh wow, I wasn't even able to see the actual number because it's so quick. Okay, let's go slow. The first number here, this says 170. So yeah, the damage, it doesn't really increase by that much though. So like compared to before, it wasn't really that much greater, but probably the pierce it's increased. And I see also that the bird creates like a little bit of a whirlwind, so maybe there is also an additional effect that gets created once you get enough beast power. No, actually it's creating even at the base beast power, so it's just a small like whirlwind. It might be just a fact of like rowing the balloons backwards. So yeah, that's just how it is, you know, the final upgrade. And yeah, you have right here the different costs, you know, depending on the difficulty, the total cost. Of course, improbable, you know, and hard being more expensive. And yeah, that's it. So that's the covering, that's the testing of this new tower. I hope you guys were able to have a good insight on how it works. And now remember, I just want to say a final thing, just to wrap the video up. It's always better to place more beast enders and to merge lower tiers than to upgrade them and to merge higher tiers. So for example, I'm gonna just make the example here with the middle path, right? So if I wanna max the beast power of this Velociraptor, right, I'm gonna need 16 more beast power, right? See? Now, if I place 16 beast hunters, I'm gonna just show it to you because I think numbers never lie, right? So if I'm gonna place 16, look here how much cash I have. Actually, I'm gonna place 10,000, so it's easier to count. So I'm gonna place now 16 beast hunters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then other 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And each one of these ones, right? I'm gonna get them 1, 0, 0, 1, 0. Sorry. All right. That's it. And then this last one. Yeah, here we go. See how much cash I have left. So 2880. All right. So that means that in order to get all these upgrades, I have spent a bit more than 7,000 cash, 7,120. If I now merge all these beast handlers to this 0301, I will be reaching, of course, because each upgrade is giving me 1 beast power, right? At the end of the day, I can reach 24, right? That it was my original idea. So I'm gonna just show it to you. And so the outcome of spending this much is very simply to reach level 24, so maximum beast power. See? 24 now. Now, see what happens if I sell all these 010 beast hunters, right? I reset the cash at 10,000, and now I place 020 beast hunters that are gonna give me 3 beast power each. And once again, I place as many as I need until I reach 24. In this case, I'm gonna need 16. So I'm gonna have to place 5 020 to reach 15, and then 1 010. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 more. So let's just test. Merge, that's 14. Merge, 17, 20, 23, and then I need 1 more, right? And that's 24. So the overall outcome is exactly the same as before, right? I've placed less beast handlers, it's true. But look here at the cash. See that I have 2605. So that means that I ended up spending more cash doing this. So placing just 5 beast handlers, 020 and 1 010, to obtain the same result, that is to max the beast power of this 030, and compared to the other one, to the before, right? When I place 16 010. In this case, I have spent almost 7,400 cash. And so based on this works, like I've tested it, and it works for the top path, for the middle, for the bottom. It all works exactly the same. It's always better to place more beast handlers at lower tiers, so like tier 1 or tier 2, than to place less beast handlers but upgrade them more, like tier 3 or tier 4. And this difference becomes more and more apparent the higher the upgrades become. So for example, if I have here a 040 beast handler that can reach up to 64, right? It's better, like I'm gonna be able to save up more cash, right? If I then place here 48 010 beast handlers, I'm gonna be able to save more cash in that way, right? That's gonna be the cheapest way. Of course, placing 48 towers is gonna take a lot of room. Remember that you can even place these towers like even very far away and you can still merge them. So, but on many maps, this is not gonna be possible, right? Now, if we take a look, for example, at placing and getting 020, right? So I'm gonna get here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that should be 8 times 3 is 24. So I'm gonna need double. So that's 8. And I'm gonna place 8 more here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Alright. If I get them all 0 to 0, and then I merge all these towers to the main one, I will be able to unlock the maximum beast power for the Tyrannosaurus. Right? Because I have 16 0 to 0 towers that have 3 power, so 16 times 3 is 48. That's exactly how much I need to reach. Take a look at the cash. 27.7 thousand, 760. So that means I've spent 12,000, almost 12.3 thousand cash. All right, that's the 22,000 because I started from 50,000. So I've spent roughly 22.3 thousand cash in this process to reach. Once again, remember, it's to just maximize the beast power of the greater, beast hunter. Now, if I once again I sell all these towers, I reset the cash, 50,000, and now I place only 6 030 beast hunters, right? They're gonna give me 8 power, so that means I only need 6 to reach 48, which once again is enough to reach the maximum beast power. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. No, wait, I messed up. I got one upgrade, I upgraded a little bit more. So let's go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So 0, 3, 0, 0, 3, 0, 0, 3, 0, 0, 3, 0, 3, 0, and 0, 3, 0. Here we go. Take a look at the cash. 26.0 remaining. So that means that in once again achieving the same result, that is maxing the beast power of the Tyrannosaurus Rex, I've spent more cash. Now I spent almost 24,000 cash compared to before, where I spent 22,000 and something. So yeah, it's always better, as I said before, it's always better to go with lower tiers and to merge, like to place more beast hunters and to merge lower tiers to gain, beast power, than to upgrade them more and place less beast hunters, but having to spend more cash. And now, if I do the same process, right? But now I'm gonna place 040 beast hunters that are gonna give me 16, right? I'm gonna just need 3. So 1, 2, and 3, and that's gonna be enough, right, to get up to level 64, right? So if I merge them, you're gonna see that I'm gonna be reaching the maximum beast power. In this case, look at how much cash I have left. 95,000. So that's very little. It's true that I have 4 abilities. Actually, no, I think you don't, because like once you merge them, you cannot have the abilities because you don't have the Tyrannosaurus. So you only have 4 abilities if you don't merge them. If you merge them, then you only have 1. So yeah, that's a big thing. But look here, I've spent almost like more than 40,000 cash in, once again, to obtain the same result that it was to get the Tyrannosaurus up to maximum beast power. It's true though that this is something that is going to be 100% needed if you want to go for the 5th upgrade, right? Because you're going to need other 3 beast hunters merged, with the Tyrannosaurus to be able to get the 5th upgrade. So in a sense, it's true that you're going to spend more cash, but this is actually needed if you want to go for the 5th upgrade. But yeah, I just want to show you how less efficient it is to upgrade the beast hunters more and then merge them more, right, by giving more beast power but spending a lot more cash. And yeah, as I said before, this works for all the paths. It's always better to go for lower tiers, right, first on 2nd, than to go for 3rd or 4th when you wanna merge. So yeah, that's it, guys. That's gonna be my video here for the Beast Hunter Tower. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and God bless you. See ya. Bye bye.